what's going on, everybody? Today I'm gonna show y'all a circle of fifth movement. If you have any trouble like playing outside of the scale or adding chromaticism to your playing, this will definitely help you. So this applies to different degrees of a scale. So you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then back to your 1. And you have your 2, 5, 1s, you have your 3, 6, 2s. What else do we do? 6, 2, 5s. All of those are different movements within a key, and with each one of those movements, the chord quality usually changes. As you move throughout those progressions. I'm only gonna use these 3 notes right now. So E flat, A flat, and D flat. And then actually the note names will change as we move throughout different keys. So this will be D sharp, G sharp, C sharp. But it depends on what key we're in. So right now, I'm gonna show you 2, 5, 1, which would be E flat minor 7. You could do some type of major, A flat major or A flat dominant. That's an A flat dominant 7 with a flat 9, and then it takes you to your 1, which would be D flat. So that's in the key of D flat. You have a 2, 5, 1. So with those same 3 notes, I'm going to play a 3, 6, 2. So if E flat is my 3, A flat is my 6, and D flat is my 2, what key would I be in? So 3, 2, 1. So I'm in the key of B, and the chord quality changes in this key. So now if I'm playing a 3, it would be a half diminished. So E flat half diminished. You can still keep this for your 6, so it's still an A flat dominant 7 with a flat 9, or a G sharp, because now we're in B. So let me explain that too. B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. So now we should technically be using sharps as the name. So we say D sharp half diminished to a A flat dominant 7 with a flat 9, and this would take you to the 2, which is a C sharp minor 7, some type of minor chord. I always say that. I always try to make that known. Anytime you're using a minor 7, usually you can use a 9 too, or you can always add those layers. So you got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's your 11, 13. So that's a C minor 13. So usually when you see minor chords, those are your options. So this is the root, just the basic triad, and all of these are options to add more color to what you play. So I always like to make that known. So D sharp half diminished, G sharp dominant 7 flat 9, and then it takes you to C sharp minor, or minor 7, minor 9, however you want to voice it. Going back to C sharp now. 2, 5, 1 in C sharp is 2, 5, 1. 3, 6, 2 will be in B major. Will sound like this. Now, something else that I'm hearing too, because we're going to get to that, so we might as well go to it now. In E, you have your 7, 3, 6, which is really identical to doing your 3, 6, 2 in B. So B and E both share that progression as far as the chords go, but it's just different degrees of a scale. So in E, you're on your 7, 3, 6, and in B, the exact same thing, but you just on your 3, 6, 2. And you can really hear it when you actually play a song. So if I play something in the key of B and use the 3, 6, 2, it'll sound like this. So like something. Just trying to So that was it right there. So da 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 da. So in E we have the 7-3-6, which is basically the exact same as the 3-6-2 of B. So if we was in E, you would hear a different. It sounds a little different, but just listen. So E. So that's my 6. Do it again. E. So same exact chords, but we in a different key, and it's actually the chord quality of the degrees of the scale actually have changed. So you got E, that E flat or D sharp half diminished 7 to the G sharp dominant 7 with a flat 9, and then it take you to your 6, which is C sharp minor, some type of minor chord. We can look at this as a flat 5. So now you're really getting into chromaticism. So this would be my flat 5 in the key of A. So we have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So we go to the 5, same chord from B and E. But when you playing in A, it stands out more. So it's the exact same chords. So like let's say if we were doing I don't know the exact progression for that song. Maybe don't play a song. How about that? So we got 7, we got 4, 3, 2, 1, flat 5 to a 7. Now over this 7, I wouldn't play it a dominant flat 9. I would do another half diminished. So and then take me to my 3. That's one way to do it. I could do a half diminished to another half diminished, and then this takes me to a, what is that, an augmented 7 with a sharp 9. So that sounds better. That's something I would do. But like I said, you would have to go with the context of whatever you're playing. So if it makes more sense to play something else, you do that. So let's try that again. So A, flat 5, half diminished, 7 half diminished, 3 half diminished, and then a 6 augmented 7, which this chord don't really apply to the movement I'm showing y'all, but you know, it just show you where you could go next. But there you go. So same, that chord is the same over your flat 5, half diminished over your 7, 8 or G sharp half diminished, and then it's take you to a C sharp half diminished. So 3 half diminishes. Another way to look at it, if this is your 5, so if E flat is your 5, A flat is your 1, and then D flat is your 4. So something we do with that 5, you could play a minor 7 or minor 9. With your 1, you will go to some form major dominant chord maybe, and then a 4 major. So E flat minor 7 or 9, A flat dominant something. It could be a dominant 9, and that's something else. So let me explain this while I'm thinking about it. If you have A flat major but we should keep it dominant because you can always add that 9 too. So same way with that when we was talking about the minor chord, when you can add, which minor chord was it? I think here. You have all those extensions you can add. It's the same with the dominant too. So you got 1 3 5 flat 7 9 11, and then your 13 will be right there. And sometimes we sharp the 11, so that sounds better to me. But just keeping it basically in the key, you would just do that. But that does sound way better with that. So 5, you can voice it like that. Let's see. To 4. Even now, I know right now it might be sounding like I'm doing 2 5 1. Because you playing the exact same notes as you are, when you are in C sharp. So now if I play it in 8, we in A flat now. See, now you can hear that I'm in the A flat. Last way I'm gonna show y'all how to use this. If you're using, so say you're in F sharp major or E flat minor, so you will be playing 6 2 5, because when you going from 1 to 4, a lot of times you would hear a 7 3 6 2 5 1 4. So very popular progression. So if I'm doing 1 and then I do 7 half diminished, so I would do 3 dominant 7 with a flat 9, 6 minor 9 or minor something, 2 dominant 7 or 13, and this takes you to a 5 minor 7 or minor 9. And this is where our progression would end as far as me showing you. But you got to know where you're going next. So usually after you play this 5 minor 7, then you go to a 1, some type of 1 dominant. So that's a F sharp 13, and then it takes you to your 4. So let's play it again.